People living between Carnarvon and Landfall have been told to take immediate shelter, with Tropical Cyclone Seroja headed towards WA's mid-west coast. It's expected to hit later tonight as a Category 2 storm, bringing destructive winds of up to 150 kilometres an hour, along with heavy rain and flooding.
Cyclones are very unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen, and they do kill people. So you just need to do everything you can to keep yourself and your family safe.
Well, 10 News First reporter Nathan Brooks is in the red alert zone, in Geraldton. Nathan, Geraldton is actually set to cop the brunt of this. So how are conditions there at the moment?
Yeah, you might not be able to tell, but the worst of it, the real hairy part, hasn't arrived yet. We've just been absolutely smashed in the last hour or so with this front as it's moved its way down the coast. But the real hairy bit isn't expected to get here until after 8 o'clock tonight. Already areas like Shark Bay, popular tourist areas, have been hammered by extremely strong winds, and they're expecting large and widespread flooding in those areas. Kalbarri has also been experiencing the real ferocity of this cyclone Seroja, as it works its way down the coast. But both Kalbarri and Geraldton are in the firing line for about 8 o'clock tonight when it hits land.
Nathan, it certainly looks like you're copping the wet bit at the moment, and the Weather Bureau says that the risk is heightened because the cyclone will hit areas that actually aren't used to this type of threat. With just a couple of hours to go now, how prepared are locals?
Yeah, that's exactly right. The main concern is the fact that Geraldton and Kalbarri and these sorts of areas, the Midwest Gascoyne region, aren't used to this sort of weather. We see regular cyclones in the Pilbara and the Kimberley every year, just like in far north Queensland, but they don't often come down this far. It's actually been more than half a century since it's happened, and particularly making this one interesting is there was 2 cyclones that collided off the coast before fusing into this, I guess, super cyclone. It made Category 3 a little bit earlier today. It will downgrade to a Category 2 just before it makes landfall, but fortunately we've seen tens of thousands of people taking these warnings very seriously. Here in Geraldton alone, there's around 40,000 people, and this system, after it does make landfall, will continue to work its way all the way down through the southern end of WA along to Esperance. So they're expecting widespread flooding and severe damaging devastation from this system as it crosses the coast.
And how long is it suspected to last?
So the worst of it will be about 3 or 4 hours. So like I said, here in Geraldton, we're expecting to get the full force of it arriving at about 8 o'clock tonight. That will last for 3 or 4 hours. So it is short in intensity, but severe in its ferocity. And again, extremely large amounts of rain will come after this system has made landfall, and that will continue 4 days to come. Authorities are warning that this system, if it lands with the pure fury that they're expecting it to, it will not only take weeks but possibly months for the state to recover afterwards.
All right, Nathan Brooks, we'll have to leave it there. We hope everyone keeps well and sheltered. Thanks for giving us an update. Meanwhile, in other weather news, a cold front delivered southeastern Australia a real taste of winter today, with Victoria's Lake Mountain and Falls Creek ski resorts experiencing the first snow of the season. The cold blast also reached New South Wales, with Thredbo enjoying a light sprinkling of snow at Mount Kosciuszko.
From expert opinions to in-depth analysis and reporting, the Project YouTube brings you the biggest stories from Australia and around the globe. Hit the subscribe button now for news delivered straight to your feed.